building community. Tavern culture has a very important place in American politics. Before the Revolutionary War, our founding fathers often met at taverns and coffeehouses to discuss their political and military plans. Political conversations still take place in taverns, bars, and other social places across the country. I've met countless people at taverns, cocktail bars, and coffeehouses through political discourse during my college years. But these places are no longer hotbeds of political discourse. The tavern culture has now migrated to the internet like a lot of things have. Bars are not nearly as packed these days as it were maybe 15 years ago when online communication and community building was not available to people who felt marginalized. But people now have that opportunity. Online communities create cozy virtual spaces where ideas are discussed and debated. These virtual communities must be strengthened. They must become educational communities that reinforce the truth, whether it be in history, law, literature, medicine, psychology, information, news, politics, information technology, or AI, or all of these topics put together. Every discipline has a place in the virtual world, and we should make the most of it. And in light of society fraying at the seams and the community and the sense of community disappearing from society because of the virtual reality we live in right now, it is incumbent upon human beings and people who see this happening to reinforce these communities online and grow them and be welcoming so that we can build communities and transmit ideas across space and time in this space that is in real time but thousands of miles away talking to people. It's a gift to us, to our society, to reconsolidate community. And we should make the best of it. And I go back to the thought of the tavern culture before the American Revolution, because that is what was the breeding ground for the thought and ideas of democracy, the ideas of liberty and justice and freedom. And they were the hotbeds from which the philosophies came that hold our country together to this day. So it's important to look back at how they built community. And this is just a small reminder for us to focus on community building as we see society fraying and a police state encroaching. We have to be able to rely on one another. We have to be able to help one another. We have to be able to come up with ideas while communing with one another in order for us to get through past the dark period so we may get back to the work of building a more perfect union. With that said, thank you so much for listening. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And please comment and interact with me in these videos. I speak into the void with the hope that 1 or 2 or 10 or 100 or 1,000 of you will write back and we can have an engagement and a discourse about what is happening in our country. With that said, thank you so much. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon.